So, yeah, Georgia plays Tennessee on the road next week. Tennessee has a big game today. They play Kentucky. Tennessee's actually the favorite in this game. So there is that. But Tennessee offensively is a really solid offensive team. They've been coming as of late after the Florida game. Really, Tennessee's been playing a lot better offensively. They've been able to run the ball a little bit more, actually a lot more because they played Missouri. Again, Missouri gave up 450 yards rushing to Tennessee. They gave up a lot of rushing yards to pretty much everybody. But again, Tennessee plays Kentucky today. So we'll see what we get from that. I'm actually taking Tennessee in that game, and Tennessee's a 1-point road favorite against Kentucky. It's just basically because of their offense. That's just the plain and simple of it. I know Kentucky is ranked, 18, 19, whatever. But still, I'm going to take Tennessee. But Hendon Hooker has played really, really well. Again, after the Florida game. This is all after the Florida game. Who else? Tennessee's been able to run the ball. So this will be a pretty good test for Georgia next week. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be the CBS game of the week. It is a road game. I'm expecting a 3:30 kickoff, as always, to CBS games. But Georgia should be a heavy favorite in this game. They should be around a 24 to maybe even 28-point favorite in this game. I know that might seem like a lot to you. But even against Alabama, I believe Tennessee was a 21-point under. No, Tennessee was a 25.5-point underdog against Alabama. So expect that this week or next week against Georgia as well. But Tennessee, their offense can score. This will be a good test for UGA defensively. I don't expect Tennessee to be able to run the ball on Georgia. I do expect Tennessee to score some points. Georgia might give up over 13 points in this game. Tennessee's got a really solid offense. Again, since the Florida game, they've been scoring a lot of points. They've been really scoring at will. They scored 62 on Missouri. They scored 45 in South Carolina. Only scored 26 and 24 against Ole Miss and Alabama. But still, in that Alabama game, Tennessee had a lead, and they were down, I think, at one point in time to start the fourth quarter, 24-17. So Tennessee's not a pushover. They've been playing a lot better. Josh Heupel has done a really, really, really good job so far. I know they're only 4-4, but they get this win today against a road game against Kentucky. I think Tennessee. I think that's a lot better than what a lot of people thought. And Tennessee has looked a lot better this year than what people expected. So that's pretty much it, guys. Georgia plays Tennessee next week. Georgia will be about, like I said, 24 to 28-point favorite. They're a road favorite. Tennessee will be a home underdog. This is a big game for Tennessee, especially if they are able to beat Kentucky, as I do expect them to. They are a 1-point favorite. And I'm going to be real with you. Before the line even changed, it was originally Kentucky -2. Kentucky was a 2-point home favorite. I was all over that Tennessee, especially Tennessee money line. That looked pretty good. But anyway, Georgia should be ready for Tennessee. This is probably Georgia's final test. Georgia Tech's not a pushover either. Georgia Tech, I don't even know what the score is to Miami game. I think the last time I looked, Georgia Tech was losing, and they still are. So it looks like Georgia Tech's going to fall to 3-6. That's an all or nothing game for Georgia Tech. Again, Tennessee is probably the toughest team that we have on our schedule, obviously. But still, I do expect Georgia to take care of business now. Tennessee's defense hasn't really been good all year. Rush defense-wise, they've been okay. You see against good rush teams like Ole Miss. I'm just going to be real with you. I know they gave up a lot of yards rushing to Ole Miss, but 200 of those rushing yards came to Matt Corral. So it is what it is. It is what it is with that. And they gave up, 4 yards per carry to Brian Robinson. So that's actually not terrible. I know they gave up 200 yards rushing to Alabama. Bryce Young was making plays in that game, but still, this rush defense isn't that bad. It's really been their pass defense. So expect a lot of passes in this game. I think Georgia will win. I don't know if they'll cover, though. 28 points might be too much. And we'll see. I don't expect this to be a bad game. I don't expect this to be very close. But I do expect Georgia to win.